We're in a golden age of open world games. Everywhere you look, there are sprawling sandboxes where player choice rules above all else. Sure, there are stories, quests, missions and goals, but players are free to complete them at their own pace. From fantasy realms to simulated galaxies, from modern cities to post-apocalyptic wastelands, here are the best open world games on PC. Grand Theft Auto 5 is what money is for. Creating a kind of pastiche of a real-world location that's so accurate in atmosphere and detail that it's actually better than being in the real thing. Los Santos rekindles the meticulous approach Rockstar gave to the compact Liberty City in GTA 4 and brought it to the scale of 2004's San Andreas, and the result is an open world game of such a high standard that it'll only likely be topped by Rockstar itself. Between GTA 5's strong multi-protagonist campaign and the mad playground of GTA Online, there's well over 100 hours of chases and gunfights across land, air and sea for those who want it here. Subnautica's vast ocean environment and the diverse underwater biomes provide one of the most striking, gorgeous and terrifying open worlds in PC gaming. Games are rarely and literally so sublime. The simulation is fairly surface level, but Subnautica's accolades are best reserved for how it creates the illusion of an ecosystem. Big fish eat the little ones, and their respective physical and behavioural attributes make sense for where you find them. It doesn't hurt that most of them look quite nice against the darkness of the deep blue ocean. And between all the exploration, at the behest of natural curiosity, a story sort of just happens to you. To say anything more would spoil an excellent sci-fi mystery. The Witcher 3 is the vanguard of a new wave of open world games, able to leverage the power of modern gaming systems to create environments of extraordinary detail and scope. The bogs of Velen are a moody aperitif that prime you for the bustle of Novigrad and the sweeping forests of the Nordic Skellig region, one of the most beautiful game locations ever. You can spend hours sailing around those islands, stumbling across quests, breaking curses, killing monsters, and playing Gwent with rowdy locals. The Witcher 3's towns are noisy, bustling places that make other open world towns seem lifeless by comparison. It's a pleasure to simply pick a direction and walk, the hallmark of a great open world. Metal Gear Solid 5 only truly comes into its own as an open world game when you stop using the helicopter to get to every mission and work your way through each of the two massive landscapes, Afghanistan and the Angola-Zaire border, picking off side ops like an RPG. Kojima Productions' stealth action game encourages true freedom of approach, and its progression systems properly reward the player too. You start by headshotting enemies with a rubbish pistol, and end by dragging enemies towards you with a magic robot hand, sticking tanks on balloons and calling in airstrikes on bears. Great game or greatest game? A brown post-apocalyptic wasteland ought to be boring, but the decades Bethesda has spent refining the same open world formula pays off in Fallout 4. There's more to this wasteland than skeletons and caravans, although they definitely feature strongly. This is one of the only open world games on our list that gives players real control over the landscape. Liberate settlements, and you can melt down their possessions to build towns with luxuries like running water and turret systems to keep the wastelanders out. Because it's based on an advanced version of the creation engine that powers Skyrim and Oblivion, it's a modder's paradise. Hiking across Morrowind is a lot like visiting one of those replica Victorian streets. Yes, it's a bit brown, the technology is antiquated, and for some reason everything smells of must, but it feels so real. A glimpse into another world frozen in time, alien and yet familiar. Morrowind bridges the divide between modern polished but impersonal 3D blockbusters and the peculiar characterful role-playing games of yesteryear. With efforts such as OpenNW and Skywind to bring Morrowind into the modern era, there may be life in it still. Large enough to get lost in and stuffed to the brim with little details, the island of Vardenfell continues to entice and enthrall today as it did 15 years ago. With quests, combat, boss fights, exploration, survival, mining, crafting, building and interplanetary space travel, Starbound packs a ton of things to do into its charming 2D pixelated universe. Whether you're digging deep into a planet's surface, jetting off to discover new solar systems, or constructing a quiet little town and populating it with friendly NPCs, you'll find Starbound's worlds, that's worlds plural, an inviting and fascinating place to spend countless hours. Few open world games are as open and vast as that of Elite Dangerous. Fly your spaceship through the entirety of the simulated Milky Way, battling pirates, or becoming one, mining asteroids, transporting and trading goods, or simply exploring undiscovered stars, planets and systems. Whether you choose to play solo or join a connected online galaxy with other players, you're sure to find adventure among Elite's 400 billion star systems. You might even run into a few aliens. Assassin's Creed Origins world is by far the best in the entire series and one of the most beautiful locales of any open world game ever. After 35 hours of play to complete the main quests, you probably still haven't even visited entire sections of the map, meaning there are entire quests and characters and communities you might never catch a glimpse of. Origins proves that Ubisoft is capable of reviving interest in a tired series through sheer artistry, and not necessarily by adding more bullet point back-in-the-box features. Ancient Egypt is just a great place to be, and now you can explore it without murdering people thanks to the free addition of an educational tourism mode. That brings our list of magnificent open world games to a close. We've scaled the highest mountain on each of the horizons, crafted a wallet made of badger spleens, and cleaned up all those annoying minimap markers. Mission complete. Thanks for watching. You can check out more great features, hardware, news, and everything else you can need on PCGamer.com.